Hi class, it's me again, Sir Ida. Maraming salamat at nagbalik ka ngayon dito sa klase ko. Siyempre, ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa traffic management and accident investigation. Huwag na nating patagalin ito. Ano pang hinihintay nyo? Arat na! Traffic. Ang problema ng bansa natin. Pero alam mo ba talaga kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng traffic? Kung titignan mo sa larawan, malamang sasabihin mo ito ay traffic. Pero ano nga ba ang traffic? Ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin nito? At ano ang mga iba't ibang uri nito? Simulan na natin. Base sa kanyang definisyon, traffic is defined as the movement of traffic units in a traffic way. Ibig sabihin movement, paggalaw sa kalsada or sa isang traffic way. So, yung nalalaman natin na traffic kapag tayo nag-stranded ay hindi po traffic ang tawag doon dahil wala siyang paggalaw. Ito pa po ang isang patunay. The word traffic originates Greco-Roman word traffico with reference to the movement of people back from the history. Meron na naman pong word na movement. Ibig sabihin may paggalaw from one place to another. Nasanay kasi tayong mga Pilipino na kapag hindi umaandar ang sinasakyan natin ay tinatawag natin itong traffic. Pero hindi po totoo yun at hindi po tama yun. Ano nga ba ang mga tamang tawag o tamang terminolohiya kapag nakaka-experience tayo ng paghinto o hindi paggalaw ng ating mga sinasakyan? Ituturo ko sa inyo kung ano-ano ba ang mga specific traffic problems. So, i-define natin ulit kung ano ang traffic ha. Traffic is defined as the movement of traffic units in a traffic way. Again, movement of traffic units in a traffic way. Pag sinabing traffic units, pwede itong sasakyan, tao, animal na pwede siyang dumaan sa isang kalsada. Magsimula tayo sa traffic build-up. It is characterized by gradual increasing of traffic users in a given portion of the highway or traffic way. Mapapansin nyo sa larawang ito na unti-unting dumarami ang mga dumadaan o gumagamit ng kalsada. Ang tawag po dyan ay traffic build-up. Susunod, traffic congestions. These are conditions on road networks that occurs as use increases and is characterized by slower speeds, longer trip times, and increased vehicular queuing. Next is traffic jams. These are situations in highways in which the movement of traffic users, both motor vehicles or pedestrian, is very slowly or stationary. Kung makikita nyo, ito na yung sinasabi nating bumper to bumper. Sobrang bigat na ng daloy ng trafiko or wala ng pagdaloy. Susunod, bottlenecks. These are narrow points or areas in highways where traffic congestions or traffic jams usually occur or traffic may be held up. Kaya siya tinawag na bottlenecks, kung makikita nyo ay para siyang leeg ng isang bote. Nagsimula sa malaki sa katawan, papasok or paakyat doon sa leeg. Malaki yung linya doon sa katawan, pagdating doon sa dulo sa leeg ay isa na lang ang linya or isang sasakyan na lang ang pwedeng makadaan doon sa kalsada. Kaya siya tinawag na bottlenecks. Mula sa malaking kalsada, papunta sa maliit na kalsada, kaya nagkukos siya ng heavy traffic. Gridlocks. A state or condition of severe road congestion arising when continuous queues of vehicles block an entire network of intersecting streets, bringing traffic in all directions to a complete standstill. These traffic blockages are usually caused interlocking of intersection grids. Sa example, makikita nyo is wala nang madaanan ang bawat sasakyan dahil lahat ng mga pwedeng daanan ng intersection ay sarado or nalock or naharangan na ng kanya-kanyang mga kalsada. Kaya napaka-importante ang magbigayan sa kalsada at sumunod sa traffic rules and regulation para maiwasan ang aberya at disgrasya. Speaking of disgrasya, Another example of specific traffic problems is accidents. These are events or incidents which may cause unintentional damage to the property, loss of limbs, and or death. Alam naman natin na kapag nagkaroon ng aksidente sa kalsada ay napakalaking aberya ang idinudulot nito sa atin. Next, collisions. These are incidents or instances of one moving traffic unit. Ngayong naituro ko na kung ano ang iba't ibang klase ng specific traffic problems, ay siguro naman pamilyar ka na sa bawat sitwasyon. Ngayon, magki-quiz tayo. Ano ang tawag sa traffic problem na ito? Pakilagay ang iyong sagot sa comment section sa baba at titignan ko kung ikaw nga ay nakinig at natuto sa iba't ibang klaseng specific traffic problems na tinalakay ko kanina. Ngayon, ang tatalakayin naman natin ay ang iba't ibang klase ng transportasyon noong unang panahon. Ito ang manpower, ang animal power, at ang wind power. Pero bago tayo mapunta ron ay ipapaliwanag muna natin kung ano ba ang definisyon ng transportation. It is the movement or conveying of persons and goods from one location to another. Sa Tagalog, ito daw ay isang paggalaw or pagdala ng isang bagay o isang tao mula sa isang lugar papunta sa isang lugar. Simulan natin sa manpower transportation. Walking or traveling by foot is commonly cited that the man first used the power of his feet in traveling. Alam mo ba na ang pedestrian ay nanggaling sa Latin word na pedester, means to travel by foot. Carrying pole. On island on the Pacific, the ends of the pole are supported by two men with goods suspended from the pole between. Sa Tagalog, ito po yung tinatawag nating pingga. At kadalasan, ito po ay ginagamit ng mga magtataho habang sila ay naglalako ng kanilang paninda. Backload and tumpline. Goods are carried on the back. Pots are carried on a wooden framework supported by a tumpline across the forehead. The load is held on the back by a strap passing over the chest. Sledge on rollers. The moving of heavy burdens was to place them on sledge, which rested on a series of rollers. Sledge on runners. A simple sledge, probably man-drawn, was in use at the end of the Old Stone in Northern Europe. Travois. The platforms or cross-beam poles are then dragged by humans or animals. Let us now proceed to the animal power. Ox, first domesticated in Mesopotamia, were used as draft animals to draw war chariots. In some parts of Africa, they are used as pack animals and for riding. Oh, ox pa ba kayo dyan? Oo, pamilyar sa inyo to. Tuwing Pasko, sinasakyan ni Santa, reindeer. These were first domesticated in Siberia in the beginning of the Christian era. In the mountains, they were ridden with saddles. Elsewhere, they drew sledges somewhat like the dog sledges of the far north. Oh, okay pa ba kayo dyan? The next animal is the dog. The first domesticated animal, too slight to carry heavy loads and to use draw small carts. The donkey. Donkey caravans carry goods between the sites of Southwest Asia and Egypt, and donkey is still the chief beast of burden among the farmers of the Near East. Pamilyar ka ba sa hayop na ito? Sirit na? Okay, ito ang llama. The llama was used as a pack animal by the Incas and their Spanish conquerors. Of course, the elephant. Oh, wag kang tumingin sa tenga ng katabi mo. Baka magalit sa'yo yan. In India, elephants were formerly used in war and are still employed to some extent for ceremonial processions and big game hunting. In Burma and Thailand, these huge animals are widely used in the lumber industry. Wala pa akong sinasabi ha, huwag ka munang tumawa. Horse. In Europe, horses were used to draw wheeled vehicles and for riding for some time until the introduction of mechanized vehicles. May kamukha, di ba? Camel. There are two kinds of camel, the one-hump camel and the two-hump camel. The two-hump camel is also known as the Bactrian camel, has plodded along the caravan routes between China and Iran. The second one is the dromedary camel. One-hump dromedary camel of Arabia has less endurance but it is fleeter, and special fast-paced riding camel is bred by the Arab nomads. Correction lang po, it is dromedary, D-R-O-M-E-D-A-R-Y. Next, may naaalala ka na naman. That is yak, a long-haired type of cattle that lives at the high altitudes in the Tibetan and in the neighboring mountain regions, is ridden and used as a pack animal at heights where horses and ordinary animals could not survive. Ganda ng pangalan niya, no? Yak. So let us now proceed to the wind power, which is one of the ancient various mode of transportation. The ancient Chinese kite have been flown in the Far East since the beginning of history. Based on the Korean tradition, the kite was first used for transport when a Korean general employed one in bridge building. In the late 10th century, several European armies experimented with kites in transporting men. The Da Vinci's ornithopter. Leonardo da Vinci made study of the flights of the birds, and his notebooks sketch a number of ornithopter, also known as orthopter, which derives its principal support and propelling from flapping wings like those of a bird. Montgolfier balloon. The Montgolfier brothers, Franz Joseph and Jacques Etienne, have successfully released several balloons when they proposed to use two condemned prisoners for the first ascent with passengers. Lilienthal glider. Otto Lilienthal, a German inventor who also made study of the flights of birds and experimented with ornithopters. In 1891, he made the first number of glider flights which were to exert a profound influence on the development of aviation. Santos Dumont's airship. One of the pioneers of lighter-than aircraft was Alberto Santos Dumont, a Brazilian who experimented with the steam-powered balloons in Paris. He built several airships in 1901. He made a 30-minute round-trip flight between St. Louis and the Eiffel Tower. Wright Brothers flying machine. Inspired by Lilienthal's glider experiments, Orville and Wilbur Wright began studying the problems than air flight. They built biplane kite, then over 200 different types, which they tested in a wind tunnel of their own inventions. They conducted their first man-carrying machine and flew successfully at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina on December 17, 1903. In 1909, airplanes became sufficiently accepted to justify the beginning commercial manufacture of the machine. The Lindbergh Spirit of St. Louis. The first airmail was delivered in 1911, and World War I gave an impetus to plane design and the training of pilots. So, our next topic will be the pillars of traffic. Masyado nang mahaba ang ating discussion at itutuloy na lang natin ito sa susunod kong informative vlog. Kung first time mong nakinig at nanood dito sa aking informative vlog, huwag mo naman sanang kakalimutang pindutin ang subscribe button, ang notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga uploaded videos ko. Thank you for listening and watching. Ako nga pala si Sir Da na nagsasabing pray, be smart, and work hard for your dreams. God bless.